So, this video, I'm gonna go and give a little bit of a tour, not necessarily a tour, but go through some of our 2024, 2025 winter equipment that we've got for this year's snow. Won't be much going on. I got other things planned, but right now, just wanted to pretty well just jump on here, get the first video out, and yeah, I mean, I've got other things planned. Looking at getting a drone and getting some drone footage of us plowing here, but as of right now, we don't really even have any snow. So, but let's jump into it. So this here is our main workhorse. It's a 2007 Dodge Ram 2500 with the Cummins diesel in it. I bought it 3-4 years ago. It had the factory 5.9 in it. I locked that one up, and we ended up putting a 6.7 in it. But anywho, I use this truck all year round. We use it mainly, pretty well only ever took to a trailer. We got our snowplow here. Not even sure what brand it is. Yeah, it's not the greatest. I got a new one coming for it, but the mount and the pump on this truck with this plow is all homemade due to the fact that I have the ranch hand on it. I figured I like the way the ranch hand looks personally throughout the year, so I didn't want to take a factory bumper off, put a factory bumper back on all the time. So I just made the mount and the pump here work for my straight blade. And then this winter, I picked up this Boss TGS 800 used off Facebook. I think I paid $650, and then I paid a guy to go get it for me. So I'm in this Salter about $1,200, give or take. We take care of one larger commercial gas station, and they require salting. We have our little walk behind salter there that we use for a lot of our residential sidewalks, and then we take care of a few churches, so we do all their church sidewalks. So that's what I started with. I used that 2 or 3 times on that parking lot for that gas station. It was a lot of walking. I used a lot more salt than what I do with this Boss Salter, so we upgraded. We spread actual salt due to the fact that is what the contract says. We are not allowed to use sand, and then having a little salter like this, it works pretty easy to throw a pallet of salt in the back, and then you got your bags, and it just works easy. Then you don't always have to leave and go reload or anything like that. But yeah, this truck in the summer, there's a 42-gallon transfer tank in the box that we put gas in for our mowers, our skid loader, tractor, all that equipment. So this is our 642B Bobcat. It's a little gas skid loader. It's currently got our snow bucket on it. Haven't had many issues with it. We bought it summer of 2024. I've since put some plexiglass on the sides, added a heater, strobe light, LED headlights. added a case grain so that I can run stump grinder, brooms, stuff of that nature. Yeah, it's in pretty good condition. I'm happy with it. It does everything we need it to do as of right now. But yeah, this stays here during the winter. It stays in town at my aunt and uncle's for all of our driveways that we do. But yeah, pretty well use this in the winter for removing snow on all driveways in town. This here is our John Deere 314. I bought it about, I don't know, a month ago. After the first storm, I shoveled most of our sidewalks by hand, and well, that wasn't much fun. So I went and bought this. It's got a 48-inch snowblower, I believe, on the front of it right now. It's currently set up with tire chains and weights. We have 42-inch snow blade that goes along with it, and it came with a mower deck. I'll probably never use it for mowing, but yeah, this will be it's pretty well our sidewalk machine. Tight areas. It currently lives at one of our properties that we manage that has a lot of sidewalks, so it's real handy to just drive around. We do drive it around town to a few of our other properties, but it pretty much stays here at this property. We do have a walk behind snowblower as well, a John Deere one, and that doesn't get used a whole lot, but that's the one we'll pretty well take if we gotta do any snow blowing at anybody's driveways or in the other towns where we have some properties that we cover. So I figured I'd jump on here, give you guys a little bit of a backstory about me. I've been talking about doing landscaping and lawn care since I was probably sixth grade, probably. Then I got into high school. It's probably my freshman year of high school. I bought my first mower. It was a Coulam Pro, I believe, and I took on 1 or 2 yards in the town that I live in. It was, I don't know, it was your typical $10 a lawn, $5 of weed eat. At the time, I didn't even have a weed eater. I think my dad went out and got me a little cordless Toro weed eater. I think he paid like $45 for it at the local hardware store. It wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but it got me through. Fast forward to probably end of sophomore year, lawn care, I had, I don't know, maybe 2 yards probably that I mowed. And then I did pruning and small landscape enhancements, stuff like that. Nothing big and major. Did that till probably just after COVID had hit. After that, I realized that I wasn't as busy as I thought, and I needed to make some money in other ways. So that winter, the year 22, I think, that winter, I was working sort of part-time for one of the local tractor dealerships in my town. Worked there for, I don't know, a month or so. And then my boss pulled me in, asked if I wanted a full-time job, so I took it. I worked there as a mechanic for probably 3 years. After that, I went and worked for a tree company. Found out that I really still had the drive to do the landscaping and lawn care after working with the tree guy. It was pretty close to the same thing I was doing. I enjoyed it. In the summer of 24, it's probably June-ish, I left the tree company and I started Goshi Outdoor Services full-time. So I've done this since June. We had a really good summer for being a, first year. Not much advertising was done. I threw decals on my truck. I made a Facebook page. That's kind of what kicked us off. But yeah, so now we're February of 25. We started our snow removal this year. It turns out that it was a terrible year to start that. Here in northern Iowa, I've only had to use my plow 3 or 4 times, probably 3 times. We got quite a few clients for snow. It just, we haven't had no snow. But yeah, we got lots of things lined up already this spring, from our bagging and spring cleanup, thatching. Got some skid loader work lined up. I got a few landscaping, hardscaping projects. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it'll be another good year. Last year we did well. I hope this year we can do better. Just gonna kind of have to wait and see. But I just wanted to jump on here. This is the first video on this channel. Give you guys a backstory a little bit and kind of just show you where things are gonna be going. I'm doing this more for me, just to see the progress throughout the years. That way I can look back on something and see that I hopefully built a successful business, and hopefully I don't look back in 2 years and see what I had, and hopefully I can learn a little bit. Hopefully you guys can maybe learn. Some of you like younger guys just getting into it can learn something. But yeah, we got more things coming. Actually going to pick up a new piece of equipment here in the coming days, so maybe I'll bring the camera along and video some of that. But for right now, there really isn't a whole lot going on. with the no snow. It's supposed to be 50 degrees again next week, so not a great winter. But I suppose thanks for watching. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye now.